I don't like being in an RV. It sucks. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Divinely Couth. I'm your host, Couth. C-O-U-T-H, cause you can't spell it either. We back up in this team. You understand? What's going on? What's going on, Divine Gang? What's popping? What's really popping? Y'all see I got the guns out. The guns out with the funds out. You dig? You understand? It's giving. It's a car talk. You know, big boys matters too. I live in a 2013 Chaparral camper. It is a fifth wheel camper. This is where we actually are right now. If you are not a part of the Divine Gang, it's really simple how to become a part of the gang. All you have to do is like this video and subscribe. Once you do that, you're a part of the Divine Gang. It's literally that simple. And it's free, you know? It's free. It's free to become a part of the family, to become a part of the community. So get it while you can. I think I'm about to light a candle, y'all. This candle is top 5. This candle will... This video is the downside of living in an RV full time, because there's yin and yang to everything, and I'm just gonna get into it. You know, I'm grateful to have my beautiful, lovely home, but I am gonna give you guys some of the downside of living in a camper. So my number one reason is the shakiness. The camper shakes a lot when I'm walking around.
Try it. With me if you want to. It's not a good day. Okay? Now back to the shaking the table. Don't.
I normally don't notice it unless someone else is actually present in the RV with me, or in the camper with me, or in my home with me. Most of the time I'm by myself, so I really don't be noticing. I've had at least probably about 5 people in here at one time. Wasn't too bad. I've had a party. Wasn't too bad. Like, you know, I have room, but like I said, like when it's just like maybe like 2 people, maybe even 3 people in here, you'll notice it. So it's not like a crazy thing, but sometimes it can be like off-putting if you haven't like been in an RV before. Weather is like a whole category that I pretty much don't like. During the summertime, it just gets really warm in here, but luckily the AC works perfectly. You know, it doesn't run out or anything like that. And the reason why I'm saying run out, I'll get to next. So yeah, the summer's not that bad. Winter, total opposite thing. Winters can be very uncomfortable, especially if you are like anemic or you just don't like the cold, which I just don't like the cold. And the reason why I say it can be very uncomfortable is just because, you know, RV is insulated differently. If you are looking to buy an RV, please do your research on the installation and, you know, what year and what make the RV is or the camper is. Just make sure that camper is insulated good. Make sure it's a good year. Make sure it doesn't have no mold, all of that stuff. If you guys want a video talking about more details about that, I'll get into that. But insulation is a big thing, because, you know, are already much different from a house. So it gets cold in here. It gets really cold. I have a furnace, but with a furnace you have to have propane, and propane can be a whole hassle. You know, it's like these 2 tanks. You got to fill them up. And like I said, they can just be a hassle because the tanks only last a week. So imagine going to go spend $40 a week just to keep your heat on. So most of the time I use a space heater. It keeps everything nice and warm. I just most recently learned how to use the thermostat properly, which is what runs my AC and my heat. The thermostat is just your typical thermostat. It works normally. You know, what I just learned most recently is how to put it on auto. I never actually knew how to put it on auto, so it just was constantly running. So that's the AC and the heat. With the AC, not that big of a deal. I mean, of course, my electric bill is like just running up, but it's not that big of a deal because, like, with the propane, if it's just on, it's just gonna keep running, and eventually you're not gonna have any more propane to keep your house warm. So that was a problem for about 2 years. I didn't know how to use it. So I learned how to use it, just put it on auto, whatever. And from there, it's helped. The propane still runs out really fast, even on auto. It takes, like I said, about a week. Now, when I didn't know how to use it, it took maybe like 2 days and the propane was gone. So I had a lot of frustration with that, and it just was trial and error. So you gotta enjoy the journey sometimes, you know. So that's what happened with that. So when it rains and you live in an RV, it is not the best sometimes, especially if you don't like thunderstorms. You probably would not feel comfortable at all. When it rains, like, it's really prevalent throughout the whole RV. I mean, it is like really loud, and it feels like it's right on top of your head. Especially if you're in my back room. I have a fifth wheel, so the fifth wheel part is more up than the rest of the house. So yeah, when it's raining, it's really loud. It can be kind of uncomfortable. I've gotten used to it. I like the rain, but like I said, I had to get used to it, because when I first moved in, I felt very uncomfortable the first time it rained here. I remember literally calling my mom and being like, yeah, I'm coming to the crib, because it was raining, it was thundering, and it was just like, it felt like I was outside almost. But I mean, I could be kind of being dramatic, but like I said, it just takes some getting used to. Yeah, rain takes getting used to. With it being windy, when it's windy, the RV rocks back and forth. So, you know, this is shaking the table again. Like, goddamn, we don't get no go. Yeah, when it's windy, the RV kind of can get some motion. You open up a window, it helps that it breaks up like the solidness of the RV, and it just pretty much just breaks it up. It breaks up the solidness, and it creates like a ventilation, or it creates an airway. It creates an airway inside, so it helps the RV not shake. So I think the funny part about that is that when it rains and I open up a window, sometimes, majority of the time, rain is gonna come inside of the window. Rain's gonna be all down the side of the wall. So it's like I have to like crack the window just the right amount, and like it's just like, well, I have to open a window because it's windy. You know, it's one of those things. My breaker box, I am on a, like, you know, everybody has a breaker box system, right? Everybody has a certain amount of power they can use at one time, which is like, wow, you know, that's like really unbelievable, because when you think about it, when you're at home, you have so many things plugged up, you're using so much at once. But it is true that your home can only pretty much pump out a certain amount of power at once. So, you know, and you see this a lot on film sets in the film industry. They have something called a gaffer. The gaffer is pretty much in charge of making sure that the set has enough electricity to run properly. So, you know, how many lights are we going to be plugging up? How much equipment are we going to be plugging up? It's that type of thing. They have to literally calculate that just to make sure that they don't blow the circuit or blow a fuse. So it's kind of like that scenario living in an RV, which is not that bad, but sometimes it can get bad. So I'm going to give you guys a few scenarios. When I have the AC on, which you could probably hear the AC, I apologize if it's like super noisy. I get hot easily, so I'm sorry. Like, okay, with the AC, so if the AC is on, I can't run the microwave, and that's like a big no. That's literally probably like one of the biggest no's. If I run the microwave and the AC at the same time, the lights are going off. Everything is shutting off. Good light left on the flight, and it hey, and it book hey, out of love. Hey. Everything is shutting off, y'all. Like, everything. So all I have to do is go to the breaker box, which is right here in the house. Luckily, I flip the switches, turn off the microwave, turn off everything, and then everything comes back on. So it's pretty simple, but it can be annoying. So this is another scenario. I have these heaters, you know, a space heater, because like I said, I was still adjusting to using propane, you know, budgeting out propane, you know, making it a thing. So with the space heaters, I would plug up a space heater in here, which is the living room and the kitchen, and then I will plug up a space heater in my room, because, you know, once you shut a door, heat doesn't really pass through the door. I would do that, but the breaker trips every time. No lights, you know, every time. That one is probably the worst one, because during the winter, like, let's say I'm in my room and then I have a guest out here, you know, it's like I want to keep everything warm. I would have to make sure I keep up with my propane pretty much. So with saying all of that, soon guys, I'm just going to be moving somewhere warm. So now I'm going to talk about the plumbing. The plumbing system is cool. You know, once you learn it, it's pretty easy to keep up with. You know, you don't really have to do much. You learn it, you got it, it's cool. But a part of learning it is understanding that you also have to clean. So I'm talking about the toilet. You also have to clean the pipes of the toilet, which is considered the black water. So you have to clean those pipes out, because if you don't clean the pipes, you know, which are like these plastic pipes that go out to like the street or the city water or whatever. If you don't clean those pipes, it smells terrible when you flush the toilet. And I hate it. Like, I do not like that shit. I'm talking about clean it and then it'll last for a week. And then like that next week is smelling bad again when you flush the toilet. Sometimes I'll clean it, it'll last 2-3 weeks and it won't be smelling bad at all. And yeah, so it's an adjustment. It's something that you have to get used to. And you know, the toilets are different in every RV and every camper and every tiny house. So definitely make sure you look at that before you move in, because it might not be something you can handle. You know, there's compost toilets, there's, you know, classic toilets, whatever. So just make sure you look at that. So I guess since I'm thinking about the bathroom, I'm gonna tell you guys about the bathroom. So the other thing is shower time. Like, I love taking showers. Like, it is my favorite pastime. I as a kid, like when I was bored, I would go take a shower. When I was cold, I would go take a shower. Like, it's just like when I moved here, I was not thinking. My water is ran on electric, by the way. I wasn't thinking that I was gonna only be able to take like a 2-second shower. Literally, you got like a 10-minute shower tops, which for some people is probably good. For people like me, Pisces, water signs, I need my shower, bro. I need that long shower, no cap. Especially when I'm trying to meditate. Like, I just have to have a hot shower for a long period of time. The kitchen, I do not have a dishwasher. I understand not everybody has a dishwasher, you know, but I feel like I need to be one of those people who do, the elite. I want to be a part of that higher group. So I just do not like not having a dishwasher. Like, I feel like it would make my life easier, which, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I just got to do better. Not do better, but it's just like, you have to get into a routine. I never really got to use the dishwasher all the time anyway growing up. Like, most of the time I had to hand wash them hoes, because everybody used to complain about the dishwasher, like, oh, the dishwasher too loud, the dishwasher too loud, only use the dishwasher when nobody home. Like, that was the rule. You can only use that bitch when nobody was home. I'm like, what? Bruh, funny story. My stepdad, when he used to piss me off, I used to go and turn on the dishwasher when I lived in Charlotte. I used to go and turn on the dishwasher because it was a smaller house. It was like a 3-bedroom house. Kitchen was right here. Bathroom was right here. When you turned on the dishwasher, it made the water cold. Bro, when that nigga used to piss me off, I would go and turn on that goddamn dishwasher so fast just to make that nigga have a cold shower. So yeah, I want to have a dishwasher just in case somebody pisses me off and I'm home. And I want to ruin their day. Closet space. I do not have that much closet space. Yeah, so I don't know if I have too many clothes or what, but it's just one of those things. Like, when you move into a tiny home, when you move into a camper, when you move into an RV, be prepared to downsize on all of your clothes. You might have to get a storage space. You might have to, you know, have a friend or a family member where you can keep some of your clothes. So that's what I do. Like, my mom lets me keep my clothes. So whatever season it isn't, though, that is what's at her house. So like right now it's summer, so all of my winter clothes are there. The trench coats, the boots, all of that is at her place. Just because I don't really have the room to keep all of that in here. And that's also one of the other things that you have to think about when traveling a lot, when moving. Like, all the things you keep in here add up, so it makes the camper, the RV that much heavier. I know it's probably a lot of stuff I just need to just give away and give up. A washer and dryer. I feel like this one is one of the bigger ones. Not having a washer and dryer can be just really inconvenient, you know? Always having to go to the laundromat or or having to, you know, just wait until I can go to my mom's house or wait until I have to go to one of my homeboys' houses. So, I mean, luckily I'm in a state where people who I love live close to me, so I can just go to day crib and wash my clothes. So it's no big deal. I am working on getting a portable washer and dryer that I saw on Amazon. One of my homeboys also showed me an RV where somebody like rigged something in their actual living room. And I mean, you know, to each his own, but I have enough shit in my living room as is, so I probably won't be doing that. Another thing is privacy. So I have a 1-bedroom, which some RVs do have, you know, like the bunk beds or like the 2-bedroom style. Even then, when you live in an RV, privacy is not like the top of the top thing. You know, I have my mom stay with me for like a month. You don't really get much privacy. I mean, my room's up there, you know, I have a door, bathroom has doors or whatever, but if I'm talking on the phone, my mom's like probably gonna hear it, you know. I have friends standing here, same thing, you know, like you don't really have that much privacy because of, you know, the small space. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate the Divine Gang. I posted a video the other day. You guys went crazy with like reposting it and just helping me like get out there, and I just really appreciate you guys. I feel like I probably should have went harder on the video now. I was like, damn, I wasn't. No, I'm just playing. I've reshot this video 3 times, so this one was great. Like, I'm gonna definitely go with this one, and at this point I have to just pump it out. But like I said, shout out to the Divine Gang. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate all of the people who just with me, who just been following my journey. Thank you for posting me on your story. Thank you for all the love. I just really appreciate it. I just want you guys to remember, everything is happening in divine timing.